fourth graders, it's Mrs. Compton. We're gonna start first with a number talk. And remember, number talks are all mental math because I wanna give you some things that are like building blocks. So I want you to make connections mentally with the numbers that I'm giving you. And then I wanna see how you can build on these things. So first up is 4 times 25. Remember, I'm hoping this is a building block. So take a moment to think about what 4 times 25 is. All right, so we take some answers out there. I'm gonna guess you probably said 100. And I have a couple of guesses. I'm gonna guess that some of you thought you could do 4 times 20, which is 80, and then 4 times 5, which is 20. Add those two together and you get 100. Or maybe some of you actually just thought, well, I know 4 quarters makes $1, so must be 100. So you may have known this basic fact. You might have it memorized. It's a building block, all right? We can figure this one out. So I'm going to give you another building block question. Here it comes. 4 times 50. Take a moment. All right, so what is 4 times 50? I'm going to take another guess. So maybe you thought, well, I could use money again. So maybe you were thinking about 50 cents 4 times. Or maybe you even thought about 50 as 5 tens. And you knew the basic fact 4 times 5 is 20 times 10, or at another place value is 200. Right? So maybe some of you thought about that, or maybe you were just like, well, I know 4 times 25 is 100, and 4 times 50 is just going to be double. Did anybody think about that? I bet you guys have gotten crafty out there. All right, last one for the basic fact. 4 times 3 equals what? Well, I think you probably know this one. 4, 8, 12. All right, so we know our basic facts here. Now, get ready. We're going to look at what it would be if we now solved a division problem that's very closely related to these. All right, get ready. All right, so what is 215 divided by 4? See if you can relate any of the things that you already know and how you could figure this out mentally. Remember, you're trying to connect strategies. So how would you solve this mentally? And I want everyone to hit pause so that you can figure this one out. All right, ready? All right, we're back. And we've got 215 divided by 4. What was your strategy? What was your answer? Did you use any of this stuff to help you figure it out? Did you say that you knew 215 divided by 4 could be split up into 215 and then do 200 divided by 4 plus 15 divided by 4? Maybe you did that. So 200 divided by 4, you probably know because you know 4 times 50 is 200, right? So you can use that information. So this would be 50 here. 15 divided by 4 is not as easy to do as 12 divided by 4 because that'll give us an even response, right? An even quotient. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So that means this is going to give us a remainder, right? We can't make these, if we have 15 things, we can't put them equally into 4 groups. We're going to have some remaining. So this would be the same as 12 divided by 4 and then having 3 left. 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so that would make this be 3, remainder 3. So 50 plus 3 is 53 with a remainder of 3. So maybe you did that. Or maybe you thought of doing something kind of related, but splitting 215 divided by 4. Maybe instead of keeping the 15 together, you actually did 200, 12, and 3. And you're giving yourself little pieces that you can divide that are friendly to the 4, which is your divisor. So that's friendly, that's friendly. That's the remainder. So 200 divided by 4, maybe you were like, I know that's 50. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then 3 divided by 4 is going to give us something that is not a whole number. It's going to give us a fraction. So that's just our remainder. So 3 divided by 4 is going to give us our remainder. So it could be a fraction, 3/4, or we could just write remainder 3. Okay, so maybe you would just do 53. So 212 divided by 4 is 53. So 215, I got to squeak this in. 215 divided by 4 is 53, remainder 3. All right, we are going to get ready to do a story problem. So give me a second and I'll be right back. All right, I got it. We are going to be estimating quotients with this question, which is actually kind of fun because it's all about strategy. So what would you do? The bakery made 110 pumpkin muffins. They will be packed in boxes with 8 muffins in each box. All right, so we've got to remember, we have to stop to imagine. Even though we're 4th graders, we already know how to read. A lot of times we forget. We have to stop to imagine the story. So imagine 110 pumpkin muffins. Thank you. Who's bringing me my pumpkin spice latte over here? Because I love pumpkin anything. All right, so you get your 110 pumpkin muffins, and they're going to be packaged, right? So they're going into boxes, and you're going to have 8 muffins per box, right? So 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, all the way up to 110-ish, right? Because the question is about how many boxes will there be? All right, so it's an estimating question. So I always like to start with friendly estimates. So you already know what 8 times 10 is, right? 8 times 10 is a fact that many of us probably just can call up lickety-split. We know that's 80, right? We're trying to figure out if this is 8 muffins per box and there are 10 boxes, that will use up 80 muffins, right? So 80 muffins will be placed. We still have more to go though, right? So I know 8 times 5 is going to be exactly half of 8 times 10. So that's 40, and maybe that's just a fact you know. Now, if we put them together, we would have 8 times 15 equals, what's 80 plus 40? 120. Well, now we've gone 10 over, right? So 120 is too far. So we know we're not going to quite need 15 boxes, but we kind of have the answer now, right? Because now we know if we take off 1 box of 8, we'd have 8 times 14, right? 8 times 14 is going to be this minus 8, right? So 120 minus 8 is 112. Okay, so that means we're going to need about 14 boxes, right? We're going to have 2 spots left over because one of the boxes will still have 2 spots to put muffins. So we need between 13 and 14 as our quotient here, right? We'd need between 13 and 14 boxes. So we will need between 13 and 14 boxes. So then we would just go ahead and round up and say 14. So here's the thing. When you guys are doing this stuff and you're estimating quotients, start with things that you know, like times 10, times 5, times 2. These are really good guides and checkpoints for us as we're going. All right, kids, I'll see you next time. Bye.